Good morning, good afternoon, and of course, good evening, traders from across the globe. Thank you for tuning into my 2,760th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni. Traders, again, thank you for your comments, for tuning in, for all the great years you guys have been backing up these videos. The OMNI loves you. Thank you, guys. Hey, this video coming at you on a Monday night for Trading Tuesday, that would be June 11th, 2024, is just as risky as every other day that we're going to trade out there. Know that this is a risky game. Put your stops in first. Protective stops go in first before you buy or sell anything. Put that protective stop in, okay? That'll make you last a lot longer in this business. So what do we got going on for trading on June 11, 2024? Right off the bat, you know it's Fed meeting, day one of a two-day Fed meeting. Did you know that? If not, tomorrow's day one. Will not affect our trading because day two, we don't trade, but day one, that's a free day. Traders, I would just like to say we are going to revisit a video filmed on May 28th, 2024, and in that video, it was titled Bulls versus Bears, who will win part 2. This is Bulls versus Bears video, who will win part 3. Exactly the same board. I've changed nothing on this board except for the color blue right here because you couldn't see some of those exact same words that are there now. I replaced them with darker blue. Same board. So if you want to go back and compare the videos from 5/28 to tonight's, we can see what's been going on from then till now. In that video, I said to you, listen, we've got some things going on. We've got some things going up and some things going down. The problem with the things going up is it makes S&P and NASDAQ have to go down. And here's what I explained to you. I said right now you've got gold going up. This is 5/28, long time ago when it comes to trading, right? Gold's going up dramatically. It's at new highs. Silver's going up dramatically. It's at new highs for this year or the last 5 years we've seen. Crude oil was going up too. It was in the mid to higher 80s. Interest rates, bonds were going down. Interest rates were going up. Inflation index going through the roof. And I said, with those going up and the Dow Jones Transportation Average going down, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and the Russell going down, there's no way NASDAQ and ES just keeps on going along. So I pointed this out to you in a video. I told you I've seen this movie before, and the only way NASDAQ and S&P are going to continue to make new highs is if something changes, and I told you in that video, these would have to start to go the other way to make these start to go up with them. In other words, these guys are forcing these to go lower, and those two at all-time highs cannot do it alone without the help of the other pieces of the puzzle. So now we're going to revisit every one of these charts that were in that last video and see if they're helping or hurting the Russell, the NASDAQ, and even the S&P. If they're helping, that means this Fed meeting is going to send us straight up. If they're not helping, meaning this is all still in the same ugly direction it was going in on May 28th, if that's the case, the Fed meeting is going to make us drop. This video will show you what that answer will be, and you will know if we're going to go up or down after the Fed meetings are over on Wednesday. Great video, fantastic charts. I want you to see everything in this video. I think you're going to appreciate what you're about to see. And then there's this. In the last video, we asked you to answer a question after seeing all the evidence on the charts. Come back and answer a question for me. A, will the bulls win, NASDAQ and ES go up? Or B, will the bears win this and take NASDAQ and S&P down with the transportation average, Russell, and Dow? That was the question. Don't answer it yet. In this video, I want you to answer it again, but first you got to see the information, right? You got to see the evidence in the chart segment, and then you can tell me what you think, and tomorrow into Wednesday, we'll find out. So, we're going to vote A or B. A would be bulls, B would be bears. We'll find out about that after the chart segment. What's gold, silver, crude, interest rates, inflation doing now compared to 5/28? What is the Dow Jones, the transportation, industrial, and Russell 2000 doing since that video? I promise you that will help us decide or decipher where we're going after the Fed does nothing with rates, because that's what they'll do this week. I'm looking forward to showing you those charts, but you know, something really cool has happened. Senador from Mexico, Israel Zamora, congratulations on your party's win. Claudia Sheinbaum won presidency of Mexico, and here's the cool thing. Senator Israel Zamora was here. He came to an OMNI camp last year, and he said to me, Oscar, a Jewish woman's going to win presidency of Mexico next year. And I went, what? And he said, I promise you, she is going to win. Claudia will win. And here we are. You were absolutely right. Boy, you know your politics, sir. Congratulations, congratulations. So, OMNI Camp is coming the middle of July. Any of you that want to join me at OMNI Camp, the middle of July, actually, it's either July 19th through 22nd, or it will be July 26th through 29th. I'll leave that up to you, OMNI Campers. A couple of you already want to come out. When I get 2 more, we'll all decide that weekend. Mid-July, OMNI Camp, you will love it. I promise you, I will teach you to be a fantastic analyst, and that will help you become a much better trader. If you don't believe me, please look at what some of the Omniacs have said. The last time they've been to one of my camps, every time they've ever been to one of my camps, I promise you they leave and go, Oscar, God, we love you. I kid you not. And I love them back because then they do well for themselves. Their account goes up. They take care of their families, and it's why I work so hard. If you would like to be one of those that can take care of your own families, please join me at livewithoscar.com. Go to omnibootcamp.com. Fill out an application now, and I will qualify you for a seat in mid-July. It's hard to speak. I'm stumbling over words. So in video, which I normally wouldn't do, I am going to take a sip of water. H2O, thank you so much. You lose your words when you do something like this and it's 107 degrees out. All right, so to reiterate, in a video that we filmed on 5/28, there was a lot going on that was giving us an absolute signal. And now I want to revisit that with you. I'm going to show you those charts. I think you're going to see the great evidence. Then from there, you're going to vote A or B. Leave your comments below. And traders, before we see the chart segment, a reminder to you. The site is free. Come on down. It costs you nothing to hang out with me in a live trading room. Make sure you hit omnibootcamp.com if you want to come to my next OMNI Camp. And keep your emotions out of trading. Never make emotional decisions. Plan a trade and trade that plan. There's no emotions when you do that, putting the stop in first. One of the things I make my Omniacs do and I do for myself is when we are in a trade, especially if it's going against us, we say something to ourselves over and over again, and it stops us from going like this and changing orders and moving stops. Do you know what it is? I'll bet you know what it is by now. Say it with me. Are you with me? 1, 2, 3. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Traders, watch this quick clip and off to the charts we will go.
I am a senator, so I've taken a lot of courses in a lot of things, matters and tools that I learned, but this is very different to all that. The experience that Oscar has, you won't find it anywhere else. So you must to take it first, because Oscar gonna give you and transmit what he has learned in more than 30, 40 years. So it's worth a lot.
I think what Oscar has done is taken something fairly complex and boiled it down into something that's fairly easy and very executable.
Okay, traders, in that video filmed on 5/28, I showed you the E-mini S&P and said, you know, we're basically at all-time highs because we were there. And it looks great. It's a raging bull, right? And I said, look at NASDAQ, all-time highs, raging bull. What's wrong with that? It keeps going up. But then you look at the rest and you say, well, but wait a minute. All-time highs are up here for the Russell. Why is it not up there? Why is it down here, right? This is what I showed you in the video on 5/28. And I said, you can't have E-mini S&P and NASDAQ running up. If Russell and the Dow Jones is heading down, you can't really have NASDAQ and S&P going up. But since that video, a lot has taken place. We've gone up this far in the Dow. The Dow Jones Transportation Average, since that video, has gone up this far. Moving in the right direction. Not a raging bull at all, because these are contract highs or all-time highs. But from the day I did the video to where we are now, we're higher. We needed that. Let's keep looking. Crude oil, when I did that video, we were here. Crude has done this since then. It has absolutely dropped in price dramatically. From up here, it went all the way down there. This is the power that's going to be used in the market right now. What it does this week will probably show up next week or next month. But what happened since between that video and today was a lot of price correction in crude. Then you've got bonds. When I did that video, we were here. Bonds were cracking. Interest rates were rising. Since then, you've had a lot of movement, even though it's come back. Now you're here. Interest rates have literally come down a little bit since that last video. Another good thing that's happened. Then you've got silver. We were at all-time highs when I filmed that video. Silver has cracked a lot since then. We had gold. Gold was trading here. Gold's dropped $90 since that video. So the stuff that was in the going up column is all in the going down column right now. Dr. Copper wasn't even in that video, but it was on my mind the night of the video. Look what happened to copper since then. Amazing, right? So the metals have cooled off. Now, the Bloomberg Commodity Index. If you recall, I told you this one has been bad because we used to be going down, 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 and suddenly it started to go up. And I said, currently it's 106.64. That's not good in that last video on May 28th. Here's where we have moved since that last video filmed here. We're all the way down to 101.81. Inflation has dropped considerably since that video. So all of that connected tells me that the Fed, no matter what they do this week, S&P and NASDAQ are going to rally out of the hole. That's what I see happening. And for you Omniacs that are analysts out there, that's a little diamond. It might be little, but that's a diamond. We'll see if you guys want to see it the same way. In the NASDAQ Daily Bar, diamond patterns are usually continuation patterns, and I think that's what we have there. And out of the whole gamut, the only thing that hasn't really caught up yet is the transportation average, which at least it's moving higher. So, about the only thing that hasn't turned around to help power up NASDAQ and even the S&P is the transportation average, but it has started to move in the proper direction. So now I ask you, after seeing the evidence, what will happen this week? Forget about tomorrow. This is what will happen this week. Will all this information make the market go up? Choose A, answer below. Or will this information make the market go down? Choose B, answer below. Please leave your comments. The information I just showed you tells me we're going up, but everyone's got their own opinions of looking at charts, and I want to see what you think. The Fed, no matter what they do, what I've shown you here today, A would be the proper answer. Let's see what your answer is. Traders, thank you so much for tuning in. We love the participation you guys give us. Please leave a comment, like, and share these videos, and I will see you all at livewithoscar.com.